Hey, it's the Odd Man. I am headed up past Lake Merwin, Yale, and Swift reservoirs, headed up to the Oldman Pass cross-country ski area. I haven't been up here in ages. I had two-wheel drive cars for a long time, and my cross-country skis were shot, so I got rid of them. But now I have a four-wheel drive vehicle and new cross-country skis, and there's a storm warning watch in effect. So I'm headed first to the Marble Mountain Snow Park up outside of Cougar. I expect the conditions there to be pretty awful. The storm warning was for over 4,000 feet, and the Marble Mountain Snow Park is just at about a little under 3,000 feet. So I assume it's just going to be a wet, sloppy mess. But I haven't been up there in ages, so I thought it would make sense to stop and take a look as long as I'm up here. Then I'll head up to Oldman Pass or McClellan Meadows Snow Park. They are right at about 4,000 feet. Typically in the wintertime, they are the only places to go cross-country skiing because they're high enough to be frozen still. But that 4,000 feet is kind of the magic number. Above that, it's almost always good, and below that, it's almost always bad. So we'll see how it looks. There was supposed to be like over a foot of snow up there last night, so we'll see if it's even accessible to me. As long as I was in the area, I stopped at Speelyai Bay to see what it looks like. And there's nobody here, of course. It's middle of winter, it's cold, it's wet. The roads were covered with downed limbs and so forth. Winding my way through the downed limbs. There was this one spot on the road in where there were wires down in the road, and I didn't even notice it until I was driving across them. This is the Cougar Snow Park. It's snowing during our winter storm watch, so that seems appropriate. Clearly the roads are still okay, but it's another 3 miles to Marble Mountain. Not up this road, but I assume the elevation is higher, so it looks like the roads may get ugly. I was driving up the road, still headed to Marble Mountain, and my car was making this weird noise. It didn't occur to me until just a moment ago that I'm driving through about an inch of slush. Well, here's the Marble Mountain Snow Park. It is cold and wet and nasty. They have this really nice warming hut here at Marble Mountain. Do a lot of snowmobiling here, I think. But no matter what, there's not a person here today. Huh. No fire going. It's Tuesday, wouldn't expect there to be any activity today, but I think the snowmobilers fund and maintain this. Doesn't really look like good cross-country skiing because it is so wet. So I'm gonna head on out and continue up to Oldman Pass and see if I can get there. Between the rain and the melting snow, there's lots of water running down off this hillside today. This is the park at the very east end of Swift Reservoir. There's a boat ramp there and so forth. I never liked it. It's so exposed that the wind blows down it a lot. But the reason I drove down here was because this is the Swift Forest Camp. And it's a bunch of cabins The cabins are owned. I assume the property is leased, but it's always been kind of a fun area. And I just wanted to see it since I haven't been down here in years. This is the Eagle Cliff Recreation Area. I don't know that I've ever been here before. This must be a doodad for releasing fish. The river is wild today. Okay, I made it. As you can see, the roads were just a little slushy, no big deal. There's nobody here. It is wet. Probably awful skiing conditions, but I've got my gear. There's snow on the ground. I should at least try it, don't you think? So I'm gonna eat lunch, try to stay warm, then get geared up. Well, my car said it's 35 degrees, and there's obviously a lot of stuff melting here. But I'm going to take off and try to ski a little while. Who knows if it'll work out very well. No matter what, I'm probably not going very far though. Part of why I wanted to do this was I just got back from Maine, so I had all my winter gear pretty well figured out. I went downhill skiing, which is obviously a little different than cross-country skiing, but I had bought these skis recently and thought it would just be a perfect opportunity to go out and do it. It would be nice, of course, if the weather were a little colder, but I think this is going to work all right. So we'll see. Who knows if I remember anything about cross-country skiing. You can see this trail to the left is ungroomed. And the one to the right is obviously groomed. I'm going to head down that way. I haven't been skiing very long, but it looks like I came out at the Koshko Snow Park, which is only a half mile from Oldman Pass. They parked to their grooming machine here. The weather isn't awful. You can see it's snowing, but it is wet snow. It feels like rain when it hits me. But I'm not soaking wet. So I think I'll head down this trail to the McClellan Snow Park and try to make a couple mile ski out of it. Okay, well, I came across this little stream, which clearly I can get across, but it looks like a pretty good recipe for getting wet and cold. So I checked the map. I'm almost 1.7 miles away from the car. I'm not too far from McClellan Meadows, snow park. So I'm just going to call that good. Turn around, head back. Really, the conditions haven't been that bad. I'm a little wet, but not much. It hasn't rained or snowed very much. The sun came out for a couple of minutes, so at this point, it's all good. Well, most of my junk is pretty wet, but could have been a lot worse. This really turned out to be a pretty decent ski. I am at Oldman Pass. Old man. Oh, it's so easy to get the two confused, isn't it? I laugh at your winter storm advisories. I'll be gone.